What's up guys, it's LX from TSM's Counter-Strike Impact team, and today I'm going to be teaching you all the easiest and best smoke lineups for the map Ancient. As you know, hitting or missing your certain lineups can either make or break your games. So today with this tutorial, hopefully you'll learn to throw all the smokes just like your favorite pros. And shoutouts to Logitech G for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it. So to get started on T-side Ancient, most important smokes to throw are definitely house smokes. There are slow house smokes if you can't remember instant house smokes, but making sure you smoke house mid is very important. The furthest left spawn in the back, your instant house smoke, you can see this wood plank here, this leaf. You come out to about above it, and you're going to W jump throw. W jump throw is basically a bind. You're jumping and moving forward at the same time. You can do it by pressing spacebar and W, but it's less consistent, so if you don't have a bind, I highly recommend getting a bind. Or the second spawn that you can throw this from, closest to this wall here, rectangles in the top of the stone, and the bottom left corner of the right side one. Again, W jump throw. And for the furthest right spawn, or the third spawn that can throw it, you're all the way back in this corner. This tree right here, this kind of darker leaf on the top left. I aim at it, you can aim slightly above it. Again, another W jump throw. This will, again, smoke house. You want to be smoking house every single round because you need to be taking, or at least contesting mid every single round as T-side. If you're the one throwing it, you'll be throwing this smoke, and you'll probably have somebody for your teammate flashing out for your team. Now that you know how to smoke house, second most important smokes from spawn are going to be for cave. These aren't spawn related, but there are 3 different ways to throw it. If you spawn farther left, the easiest way to throw it is to get back here between these rocks on this corner of the roof, kind of on the right corner. You can kind of tell it's a little more shiny. Aim at it, regular jump throw. Two other ways to throw it. If you have this far back spawn, the one that you would be throwing this house smoke for, easiest way to do it, it's stuck on the back left of this tree. Leaf right here, it's kind of by itself and it protrudes out a little bit farther. Aim at the bottom of it, regular jump throw. This will also smoke cave. And then last way to do it, if you spawn on this spawn where you would be throwing this house smoke from, get along the wall and you look at the same spot that you would in the corner back there. Jump throw, and this will also smoke cave. You want to be throwing these smokes if your team is thinking about like kind of split taking mid. 1 or 2 people go from elbow and the other 2 people will go up cat. They'll probably molly up ramp. This smoke will be here so the CTs from cave can't really fight. The flash over mid, they can swing out, fight Doughnut while these people come out and fight the house, maybe Cubby player. Or ideally, if you want to like exit B. You can smoke cave from here. This left side of all these these 4 squares. It's in between the bottommost one and the one above it on the right corner. Jump throw. This will smoke cave door. You go over to the right slightly. You aim at the middle between them on the right side again. You waft jump throw as you hit the bottom. This will smoke deep long. And then you can also smoke close long in the same corner. These kind of diamond shapes. The first one that you can see the entire shape of at the bottom part of it, and you again regular jump throw. This will smoke long. These are more exec smokes. You can be throwing multiple from the same spot depending on what you want to take. If you want to fight for long, you would probably only smoke cave and like deep. That way when your team entries with flashes, you can path out as if this smoke wasn't here. Fight for this, get this control, and kind of keep it for post plant. Another way you can exec B just by yourself for your team. Get stuck in this corner. Look at the background, the skybox, this leaf right here. Regular throw will smoke long. This smoke can be kind of FOV based. The pin of your grenade on this part of the kind of metal wood structure the bucket's on. So the little circle part of your pin you throw. That'll smoke short, and then if you aim at the bottom left of the bucket here, and you molly, that'll molly the Cubby. So short, long will be smoked, and you'll come out and this will be mollied. By the way, I'm currently using Logitech G's new Pro X60 Lightspeed keyboard. I love the amount of space it allows me for my mouse. As you may know, if you're an opera, especially like me, if you flick a lot, you might hit the side of your keyboard. With this, I can move it around anywhere in my setup, feel comfortable, and have more than enough space for a mouse. So if you're looking for a new keyboard, make sure you check it out and get one for yourself. There's 2 smokes that will smoke CT. All depends on how you want to smoke it and how deep you want it to be. This kind of square here, if you aim on the right corner or the left corner and you jump through, it will smoke CT. If you do it to the right, it'll land slightly deeper. You give a bit of a gap. If you aim left, it'll land more like this, less of a gap. Line up in the middle of the rail. Try and be as center as you can. Second diamond on the second row. Slightly down of the kind of the point where it meets. Jump throw. And this will smoke Doughnut. Another way that you can smoke Doughnut if you're rushing A, this spawn, and there's this kind of structure here. You look at this corner of this kind of stone block and you run this way. You want to make sure you're running like against this back wall here. You want your back to it, so you're holding S and A at the same time. So we run. I'm holding S and A here. Now I'm just holding A, and when your crosshair is about to hit the corner of this building, you jump through, and this will also smoke Doughnut. You want to do this on A rushes. If you are in this spawn and you throw that smoke and your teammates are rushing A, it'll pop like as your teammates are coming out here. So before they're swinging Doughnut, it'll pop and then they won't have to worry about it. There is a temple smoke. You in the corner and you crouch. There's this leaf in front of you. Kind of has a miscoloring here. If you aim kind of in the middle where they meet, and then you stand up and you jump throw. This is a smoke that can block off an offer and temple. It is very finicky and lands really weird sometimes, mostly because of the fact that the leaf is moving. So depending on when you aim at it, you're going to get a slightly different lineup every time, but it will smoke off temple, and all you have to do is really just be aware that they can kind of crouch and walk out of this. If they're smart, they can do it silently and walk out and fight you, so you probably want somebody playing from big box, kind of holding this like walkout, looking at Doughnut, depending on how many of you are live on T side and you're taking the site. Now, starting on CT side, the most important smokes for you to know are the instant elbow smokes. The leftmost spawn, easiest way for me to remember that is this little horseshoe, and you come up slightly to the right. So while you're aiming at this little divot here, you're going to about halfway, so your crosshair is going to get about halfway through. It's about a step, and then jump through. This will land elbow. And with every smoke for elbow, your mid players, if they're playing properly, should be mauling. Sometimes they'll be double mauling deep, mauling close. 2 ways to throw the second spawn, which is the second from the left, between these 2 horseshoe shapes in the middle of this block. Same concept, walk just a step, jump throw. It'll be the same for all of them. You're gonna walk, jump throw. Another way to throw this same smoke, between these 2 horseshoes there is this kind of darker slab in the wall. On the right corner of it, you're going to look there, and the same concept, you're going to shift, walk, jump throw. This one does land slightly faster for the third spawn. Easiest way to remember it, you're kind of in the middle. You're lined up with the edge of this little placard. Horseshoe to your right, straight up, and then this little divot here. I'm going to aim slightly to the left of it. Same concept, walk, jump throw. This one slightly deeper. If you aim a little bit more to the left, it should pop the same way the other ones do, but this really doesn't change anything. It's the same smoke. For the fourth spawn, your easiest way for me to remember it, you're lined up with the kind of wall here where it divots into the cubby. Between these 2 horseshoes, there's a leaf right here. You kind of aim in the middle of it, and again, you're going to click, shift, walk, jump throw. If you walk a little bit less, I walk slightly too much, and you can maybe aim a little bit more to the left. It should land a little bit faster. Every spawn kind of has that little margin for error, so the more you walk, the higher it's going to land on this wall here, thus making it bounce higher and take slightly longer to land. So they're all kind of like feeling nades since you're putting in so many inputs at once and you're walking. If you're a B player, your progression out of spawn, you're going to run along. You're gonna put your back against the wall here. Hold S and A, or just hold A against the wall. Molly ramp, and then nade deep. And about off this timing, your mid player should be jumping up. You'll then throw a flash over. They'll fight. And what you can do after they fight and they want to keep taking is if you line up this wall, you kind of make it nice and like fluid. There's a white dot right here. Aim at it. Jump throw. This will land in the doors. Mid player that jumped up and likely your cave player fought, they can keep coming down, take the control. You as a B player can also come down. You'll likely stay here in the corner or in the cubby up there. You can do the same thing as a cave player if your mid players are playing more passive and you want to take B with your B anchor. You take cave control, you walk back, stuck in this little cubby right here. If you look at this where the wood comes up, just look at the right corner. Throw, that'll smoke the doors. And then your B player should be close to the wall. You aim on the corner of this 2x4. You're gonna middle click, so mouse 1 and mouse 2, and jump throw. This will pop flash over the corner here. And as that flashes, your teammate will come down, fight. If the T's take A and you need to play retake, you're likely going to be smoked off CT. The opper will most likely be this A main player, probably posted on this or on this. What you can do, you get in this corner, there's kind of these like donut shapes right here. If you aim at the top right of this one, jump through. This will smoke off A main in a way where this makes it really hard for this opper to play in a position where, like, without being just completely out in the open. So it makes it a little bit easier to retake it and eliminates this player here. Yeah, and the only other like tip really is you can use this in multiple areas because there's a lot of places where people molly next to smokes. Just using this mechanic to your advantage, it'll get you a ton of free kills and you have a free escape because there is a smoke here blocking you. And that wraps it up for today's Smokes Guide. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something new. Let us know what you'd like us to cover next, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and we'll see you in the next one. This is Doughnut. Or I will get CS2'd because Source 2 is awesome and it bounces like that. Line up with the second diamond, you jump through and it'll smoke Doughnut. Please, I beg that. Nope, alright, this game hates me.